Welcome to Psychology Refresh. Today we're going to go over the 9 surprising secrets of an INTP personality type. Make sure to watch each one and find out if you have any of them. If you were assessed by the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator as an INTP, Logician, Analyst personality type, you are a super unique individual who is for their stereotypical mysteriousness and intelligence. However, you might not be aware of the most surprising secrets of your personality. If you think you are an INTP, dive deeper into your personality, learn what are your secrets, and determine how you can use them to increase your soft skills and achieve personal growth. Here are 9 surprising secrets of an INTP personality type. Number 1. They are usually very intelligent but are often underestimated. When it comes to their intellectual ability, INTPs are frequently undervalued. They do a lot of their analysis inwardly and privately because they don't extrovert their thinking process like TJ types do. Other individuals are sometimes baffled by the sheer complexity of their ideas and are unable to keep up. INTPs have the second highest IQ ratings of all the types, according to the mbti manual, second only to INTJs. They also outperformed liberal arts students on the SAT vocabulary portion and engineering students on the SAT math component. They also routinely outperform 14 of the 16 personality types in the high school. This shouldn't come as a surprise given INTPs' proclivity for problem-solving and grasping theories and concepts. Number 2. They often don't reveal how much they know. There's no arguing the fact that INTPs are often underestimated for their intellectual abilities, as we discussed briefly in the first shared secret. But why is it that the INTP is rarely given the credit they're due? Well, due to their extroverted thinking function, most of their analysis is done privately. While they may come off as spacey and even detached at times, inside the INTP mind is filled with ingenious solutions and ideas that would baffle others. In fact, even when this analytical type decides to share their inner thoughts, they are usually too complex for others to follow. Even though they want to seem as intelligent as they also understand that their thoughts are unique and not always interesting to the average person, which ultimately encourages them to keep most of their discoveries to themselves. They understand that their opinions are distinctive and not always appealing to the typical person, even though they desire to appear educated. Number 3. They are great advisors. While INTPs aren't the most empathetic personality type, they're the ones you should turn to when things go rough. This is because while nurturing and caring are important, the INTP is the buddy who will tell you how it is. They may quickly point out logical flaws and inconsistencies in a problem, widening other people's perspectives in order to arrive at a reasonable answer. In actuality, it's not always for the benefit of the other person, but rather for their own desire to solve a problem. This is why, when it comes to problem resolution, INTPs will put all of their other commitments on hold in order to offer you their full attention and analysis. Over time, an INTP will have a better knowledge of people's characteristics, allowing them to offer more insightful advice and solutions. If you are enjoying our content, please give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. Number 4. They can understand the most complex concepts. INTPs are known for being rational and efficient thinkers. They prefer to get a thorough understanding of things before expressing an opinion or taking action. Logicians are fascinated by math and science and can't wait to examine a theory or method to figure out how it works. Beyond that, they have a hidden philosophical side that only a few close acquaintances are aware of. INTPs have a multi-layered and distinct viewpoint of the world, which helps influence their real-life activities. That desire to find meaning in everything can bring a deeper level of insight to a world that is frequently devoid of it. Number 5. They put a high value on their intellect. INTPs are unconcerned about what others think of them. They do, however, worry about what other people think of them intellectually. INTPs are individuals who don't care if others call them names or if they like or detest them. They'll be interested in why they like or detest them rather than the act itself. Logicians, on the other hand, place an emphasis on intelligence. If you manage to offend the intellect of an INTP, they will be greatly shaken. You'll hit them where it hurts if you tell them they're close-minded and can't think clearly and reasonably. INTPs take pride in their intelligence, so that's the only part that matters to them. They won't be concerned with what others think of it, but they will be concerned with how others perceive their intellectual abilities. Number 6. They dislike being rushed with their decisions. It's not simple to be a personality type noted for their exceptional thinking abilities. In fact, INTPs usually take a little longer to analyze the advantages and disadvantages of a situation before offering advice or making a choice. As a result, when they feel rushed in any way, it gives them a lot of anxiety. The INTP takes hours, days, or even weeks to complete, especially when it comes to long-term decisions or significant life choices. At times, it may appear to be a kind of procrastination or avoidance, but the wait is usually always worthwhile. Number 7. They see patterns everywhere. So what exactly does the INTP do with all of this data? That maybe is the most perplexing INTP riddle of all. To completely comprehend the inner workings of this complicated type's mind, much investigation is required. But to put it another way, they're continually collecting the data, looking for patterns, and they're constantly sorting it out. In fact, if you ever see an INTP with their head in the clouds, they're most likely linking thoughts or processing new information to connect. They may even disconnect in the middle of a discussion if they see something that solves one of their numerous internal dilemmas. This INTP method is known as transcontextual thinking, according to neuroscientist expert Dario Nardi. All extroverted intuitives have this talent, which allows them to make mental connections between things or concepts that aren't often linked with each other in a given context. Number 8. They take nothing for granted. When it comes to their mental abilities, the INTP is always classifying facts into the most precise categories within their internal filing system. This inquisitive individual scrutinizes every item of information they are presented with, first determining if the material is real or false in light of their prior knowledge. In the viewpoint of an INTP, the most important aspects of a piece of information are accuracy and truth, with the smallest of details making all the difference. INTPs need to observe things from all sides in order to fill in as much information as possible before coming to a judgment. Hence, context is vital. Number 9. They really like dark humor. INTPs are drawn to dark humor and make jokes that appear to push the boundaries. They do this not because they are insensitive, but because they find it amusing to make jokes about shocking events. The notion is that they plainly don't feel that way or find the jokes silly, but that's part of the joke's appeal. INTPs are immersed in dark humor and make jokes at what appears to be inappropriate at times. Logicians don't do this intentionally to harm or upset others, they do it because it's something they find amusing. They are, however, better at evaluating their audience than most people realize and will know if it is unlikely to be successful. Logicians tell jokes that can be extremely insulting, mocking the macabre or truly gloomy aspects of life. It's all about pushing those boundaries and making a joke out of something that's truly quite serious for the INTP. Logicians might find it useful as a technique to make it simpler to handle these things, especially if others can make it into something they don't mind. INTPs dislike getting offended by everything they see or hear, therefore, dark humor and sarcasm can be a good method for them to challenge themselves. This is one of the most surprising secrets of an INTP personality type. These videos will be really helpful for you.